Rumpelstiltskin. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst rolling green hills, there lived a poor miller who had a beautiful daughter. The miller, eager to impress the king, boasted to him that his daughter could spin straw into gold. Intrigued, the king summoned the miller and demanded proof of this extraordinary claim. Terrified of losing his daughter to the king's wrath, the miller's daughter found herself locked in a room filled with straw. Tears streaming down her cheeks, she despaired at her father's folly. Suddenly, a strange little man appeared before her, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "I can spin straw into gold for you," he croaked in a voice like rustling leaves. "But what will you give me in return?" The miller's daughter, with no other choice, promised the little man her necklace. With a snap of his fingers, he spun the straw into gleaming gold thread that filled the room. Satisfied, he vanished as quickly as he came. When the king saw the room filled with gold, his greed only grew. He led the miller's daughter to an even larger room, piled high with even more straw, and demanded she spin it all into gold by morning, promising her great rewards if she succeeded and dire consequences if she failed. As before, the little man appeared at midnight, his eyes gleaming with anticipation. This time, the miller's daughter had nothing left to offer but her ring. Once again, the strange little man turned the straw into gold and vanished into the shadows. The next morning, the king was delighted with the treasure before him but wanted more. He led the miller's daughter to an even larger room filled to the brim with straw, declaring that if she succeeded once more, he would marry her and make her queen. Alone and frightened, the miller's daughter wept bitterly, for she knew not how to spin straw into gold, and she had nothing left to offer the little man who had saved her twice before. As the clock struck midnight, the little man appeared once more, sensing her distress. "I will spin this straw into gold for you," he murmured, "but I demand something precious indeed." The miller's daughter, knowing not what else to give, promised him her firstborn child. With a cackle of glee, the little man set to work, and by morning, the room was filled with gold as promised. The king, true to his word, married the miller's daughter, and she became queen. Years passed, and the queen bore a son, a beautiful baby boy. One night, as she cradled her child, the little man returned, demanding what was promised to him long ago. The queen wept and begged, offering him all the riches in the kingdom if he would let her keep her child. But the little man was unmoved by her tears. "A bargain is a bargain," he said firmly. "Give me what you promised." Desperate, the queen pleaded with the little man to spare her son. Touched by her sorrow, he offered her a chance to keep the child if she could guess his name within 3 days. For 2 days and nights, messengers scoured the kingdom, seeking out every name they could find. On the 3rd day, as hope waned, a humble servant stumbled upon a strange sight deep in the forest, a peculiar little man dancing around a fire, singing gleefully. "Today I bake, tomorrow I brew. The next I'll have the young queen's child. Ha! Glad am I that no one knew. That Rumpelstiltskin I am styled." With joyous hearts and newfound hope, the messengers rushed back to the queen, who awaited them with bated breath. When they revealed the little man's name, Rumpelstiltskin, the queen whispered it with relief. That night, when Rumpelstiltskin returned, he found the queen waiting for him. With a triumphant smile, she spoke his name, and with a cry of rage and anguish, he vanished into thin air, never to trouble her or her family again. And so, the queen and her son lived happily ever after, free from the clutches of the mysterious little man who spun straw into gold.